there's a very big price to pay for people that disregard emotions. A lot of sex but no emotion leads to an inability to perceive emotional cues from other people. So what happens in a situation like that is that the person does not understand what's going on an emotional level with other people. And breakups happen all the time. Bonding, trust is impossible, no matter how hard the person tries, because on an unconscious level, we read emotional cues from each other. If they are absent, we simply cannot trust, cannot connect, no matter how logical the person is, no matter what they say, no matter how they say it, no matter anything that comes out of their mouth. We look at them, we don't trust them. And there's a reason for it, because trust is an emotional thing. Trust is not logical. I don't trust someone because they say X, Y, and Z. I trust them because they are able to read my emotional cues. And this applies to everybody. This is a very powerful fundamental for all relationships. So, for example, let's say that you are looking for a sexually compatible lover. It doesn't matter how many of those you come across, because if they cannot tune into your emotional cueing, or if you cannot tune into their emotional cues, everything falls apart. Their emotions are not calibrated. They don't know, they can't perceive the nuances of emotional expression. And so they keep meeting new people, they lead with logic, they lead with sex, and nothing works. Because an emotional person will rebel naturally against someone who is hitting them with logic and with sex. Because someone who does have emotion, they expect that emotion to be validated and confirmed, and also protected. So if I feel sadness and someone I'm dating cannot feel my sadness or read my sadness, then I'm going to lose interest immediately. And that's how all of us end up in these complex reactions to one another in the absence of emotional cueing. So you can have thousands of dates, you can have thousands of people come in and go into your life. Without emotional cueing, there is no glue. There is no Velcro. It's just simply come and go, come and go. Hedonistic, pleasure-based approaches that never result in any connection ever. Ever. So downplaying emotions comes with a certainty of loneliness. Certainty. Only abnormal people that are really cruel, psychopathic, sociopathic, narcissistic are part of this vortex of emotionally empty experiences. And so let's say hypothetically, let's say that you meet somebody, great sex, great sexual compatibility, but he cannot give you emotional validation. Do you think this is going to last? It may last for a couple weeks, a few sexual sessions, but nothing beyond that. No trust. And then the moment that you actually awaken that this person is incapable of reading your emotions ever, a nasty, nasty breakup happens. The end happens. And then the person feels confused. What happened here? What happened here was that the fundamentals that make relationships and love possible were missing all along. And these fundamentals are missing for most gay men, unfortunately, which is the reason why they lead with sex. And partially, this is the reason why they lead with sex. They lead with sexual compatibility. They lead with logic and attraction. And we all forget that once you have a strong emotional connection with someone, that is what keeps the relationship forever. Because emotion is something that transcends time. Emotion is what transcends everything. If you have a chance to have a strong emotional connection with a human being, you can have fights, you can have disagreements, you can have irrationality, and then you can come back and awaken the emotion. But if you don't have the emotional connection, and if you have fights, irrationality, then the relationship falls apart forever. So my recommendation to all of you guys is to take emotions very, very, very seriously if you want healthy relationships. Emotions are more important than sex. Emotions are more important than any other human activity. Emotions are a gift from God or from nature. It's a gift that we have stepped on, trivialized, and rejected, and now we are all paying the price. When I look at my relationships, I've had back-to-back relationships with gay men spanning over 26 years. I actually counted. First man, Patrick, 6 years. Then Eric, 6 years. Then Frank, 10 years. And now Jim, going on 5 years. And the reason for it is nothing to do with sex. Nothing. In fact, the older I get, the more I reject anything that has to do with sexual connections, because they don't last. And I've learned this all along. In fact, the 6-year relationship ended because of sex. And that was the moment when I learned that sex is really not the answer. And so now all of my relationships are about emotion. Doesn't matter the sex. I don't really care whether we are sexually compatible. In fact, I consider sexual compatibility as an enemy, because it's such a trap. It's almost like the perfect trap that we can fall into. It disguises as something real, but it infantilizes all other parts of our consciousness, emotions, spirit, and the whole composition of a human psychic. So I'm inviting all of you to take emotions seriously, learn about it, create emotional connections. And if you have difficulties, then join us at the Big Gay Family social program, where we prioritize emotions over sex and everything else. And that's how our members stay in the program for years, and they create the best relationships of their lives. And now it's your turn. Come and join us. Don't waste your time on sexual connections that end up in instant breakups, on meeting people that are super logical, and then they have no way of validating your emotions, and you feel alone at home. Even though someone is next to you, you feel alone anyway, because he does not see your sadness, your anger, your disappointments, your life's tensions, anxieties, reflections that are emotional. He can't see that. And so you are with someone, but still alone. So I'm inviting all of you to change that. It's not difficult. It's just a shift that's contrary to what the gay population, the gay culture teaches. I wouldn't really call the gay population a teacher, because none of that is really any quality of any teaching or any lesson. There's nothing to learn there. It's just simply primitivism and reductionism to the worst parts of us. And now everybody's single. Most people are single. And even those that are in relationships are in toxic relationships where they feel alone. So let's change all of that. Let's start with emotions and then bring the rest into the experience. And now you have a lover who's going to be with you forever. Okay, my friends, I'll be signing off. Join us at the Big Gay Family social program. Visit the website at biggayfamily.com. Also, below this video, I'm going to post links to free resources. You can join us for a meditation, for a community call, or for a sexuality workshop. And those links are below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Signing off. Take care.